It's 11:17 p.m. on a Tuesday. You've got work in the morning, early meeting. You should be asleep. Instead, you're sitting in the dark with your phone, incognito mode, volume off. You tell yourself it's just stress relief. Everyone does it. It's harmless. 30 minutes later, you close the browser, feel nothing. Maybe guilt, maybe shame, definitely tired. You fall asleep, wake up groggy, repeat tomorrow. You think this is normal. You think it's fine. Except here's what actually just happened. Your brain released the same dopamine surge as if you'd done a line of cocaine. Not similar, identical. Cambridge University took porn users and cocaine addicts, put them in fMRI scanners, showed them their drug of choice. Same brain regions lit up. Ventral striatum, dorsal anterior cingulate, amygdala. Same intensity, same patterns, same neural signature. You and the guy snorting powder in a nightclub bathroom, your brains look identical when you're using. The only difference is he knows he's addicted. You think you're just stressed. Let me show you what's happening at the molecular level. Your brain has dopamine receptors. They're like parking spaces for dopamine molecules. When dopamine parks, you feel reward. Normal sex, moderate dopamine, maybe 100 to 150% above baseline. Cocaine, massive dopamine, 300 to 400% above baseline. Porn? Here's where it gets interesting. Your ancestors saw maybe 5 to 10 potential mates in their entire life. You just saw 100 in 10 minutes. Your brain thinks you mated with 100 different partners. Massive reproductive success. Release all the dopamine. Except you didn't do anything. You sat in a chair and clicked. No effort, no risk, no real-world interaction, just reward. And your brain starts to expect that. Here's the problem with supernormal stimuli. Your brain adapts. Too much dopamine flooding the system? Downregulate receptors. Fewer parking spaces. That's tolerance. Same mechanism as drug addiction. UCLA and Cambridge documented this. Chronic porn users show the same receptor changes as cocaine addicts. Measured, quantified, published in peer-reviewed journals. You're not weak. You're not broken. Your brain is doing exactly what brains do when exposed to supernormal stimuli. It's adapting. The problem? Now normal rewards don't work anymore. Let's talk about what this looks like in real life. University of Washington tracked young men with porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Average age 24 years old. They could achieve an erection to porn. Multiple tabs, escalating content, clicking between videos. But put them with a real partner? Nothing. One person, normal stimulation, no novelty, no clicking. Their brain couldn't trigger the response. This isn't a blood flow problem. Urologists find nothing physically wrong. It's neurological. The pathway from arousal to erection has been rewired to require the specific stimulus of porn. Italian Society of Andrology studied this. 28% of men under 40. Read that again. 28%. More than 1 in 4 young men can't function with a real partner because their brain expects something their biology never evolved to process.
Now, here's where it gets worse. There's a protein called DeltaFosB. Accumulates in your brain with repeated exposure to addictive stimuli. Once DeltaFosB builds up enough, it triggers genetic changes. You're not just tolerant, you're physically rewired. Your brain starts producing more dynorphin. That's an opioid that makes you feel bad when you're not using. So now you have 2 problems. Normal rewards don't feel good anymore, and baseline when you're not using feels worse than it used to. You're not chasing a high, you're escaping feeling normal. That's addiction. Studies on rats proved this with cocaine, sugar, and sexual behavior. DeltaFosB accumulates, behavior becomes compulsive. Humans, same mechanism, same protein, same outcome. You don't need to use every day, you don't need to spend hours. Repeated exposure over time is enough. Here's what happens to your prefrontal cortex. That's the part responsible for decision-making, impulse control, long-term planning, the part that makes you human. Max Planck Institute scanned heavy porn users, found reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex. Less gray matter means less processing power, worse impulse control, harder to delay gratification. This is called hypofrontality. Your control system is weakened. Same thing happens with cocaine, gambling, any addiction. The reward system gets stronger, the control system gets weaker. So you want to stop, but the part of your brain that would execute that decision is compromised. You're trying to fight a dopamine-driven compulsion with a weakened frontal lobe. It's not a fair fight. Now, let's talk about what happens when you try to quit. Withdrawal. Your brain adapted to expect massive dopamine hits. When you stop, dopamine drops below baseline. You feel flat, anxious, irritable, can't focus, can't sleep. This lasts about 2 weeks. Why? Your dopamine receptors are downregulated. Your brain is waiting for them to come back online. Studies on cocaine withdrawal show receptor recovery takes 90 days. Porn, same timeline. About 90 days for dopamine receptors to return to normal density. But here's the good news, they do return. Your brain is plastic. It adapted to the stimulus. It can adapt back. Common recovery timeline based on thousands of documented cases. Week 1 to 2, withdrawal, brain fog, zero motivation, flat mood. Week 3 to 4, energy starts coming back, morning erections return. Week 6 to 8, you notice real people again. Attraction to actual humans returns. Week 12, brain feels reset. Dopamine system recalibrated. Naval Medical Center tracked this, found the same pattern. Erectile function returns, mood stabilizes, motivation increases. Because your dopamine system is working normally again. Normal rewards feel rewarding. Here's what most people miss. This isn't just about sex, it's about your entire reward system. When your dopamine receptors are downregulated, everything feels less rewarding. Work, boring. Hobbies, meh. Socializing, exhausting. Exercise, why bother? Nothing gives you the hit you're used to, so you don't do them. You default back to the one thing that still works. University of Montreal studied this, found porn use correlates with social withdrawal, lower academic performance, reduced relationship satisfaction. Not because porn takes time, because it dysregulates the system that drives you to pursue real-world rewards. Fix the dopamine system and everything else starts working again. People report getting interested in things again, wanting to see people, feeling motivated to work on hard projects, because now their brain rewards them for doing those things. The system is recalibrated.
2 parallel universes. Universe A. Keep using for 5 years. Need more extreme content. Can't maintain relationships. Isolated. Unmotivated. Universe B. Quit today. 90 days of withdrawal. Year 1, dopamine system reset. Year 5, relationship promoted twice. Brain works normally. Same 5 years. Different trajectory. 90 days of discomfort. Now let's talk about the justifications, because I know what you're thinking. But everyone does it. It's normal. It's natural. Your ancestors saw 5 to 10 potential mates in their life. You see 110 minutes. That's not natural. That's a hijacked reward system. But I'm not addicted. I can stop anytime. Then stop for 90 days. If it's easy, I'm wrong. If it's hard, I'm right. If you're caught in this, quit today. 90 days. No porn, no edging, no peeking. First 2 weeks suck. Week 3 to 4, you'll feel normal. Week 12, baseline resets. If you haven't started, don't. Brain develops until 25. Early exposure creates deeper rewiring. This isn't about morality. It's not about religion. It's not about shame. This is about biology. Your brain responds to stimuli. Porn is a supernormal stimulus. Your brain adopts in ways that create problems. Those problems are measurable, documented, reversible. The research is clear. The mechanism is understood. The recovery timeline is known. You're not broken. Your brain is doing exactly what brains do, and it can undo it. So the next time you're sitting in the dark at 11 p.m. about to open that tab, remember this. You're not relieving stress. You're downregulating dopamine receptors. You're not just watching. You're rewiring your prefrontal cortex. You're not in control. You're in a dopamine-driven loop that gets harder to escape every time you repeat it. The only way to win is to stop playing. Close the top. Turn off the phone. Go to sleep. 90 days from now, your brain will thank you. Because right now, you're trading permanent neurological changes for 30 minutes of nothing. That's not stress relief. That's self-sabotage. The math is clear. The neuroscience is settled. Quit now. Suffer for 90 days, get your brain back. Or keep going, stay stuck, wonder why nothing feels good anymore. Your choice.